And that really has completely cleaned our balance sheet up and means that we've got a very strong looking balance sheet for the years ahead.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Jeremy Sturgis-Smith. He is the finance director for Ananda Developments. And Jeremy, welcome back. Good to see you again.
Hi, Steve. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so the company out with your interim results ending July 31st, 2024. Lots going on in that particular period of time. More importantly, around your formulations, MRX1 and MRX2.
Sure. Yeah, we've had a momentous six and a bit months since the period started. So the key event really was the announcement that we put out a week or so ago about MRX2 and MRX2T, two patent pending formulations of ours, which are being used in two phase 3 studies being run here in the UK by University College London, Great Ormond Street Hospital, with funding from NHS England and the NIHR. Those two studies are looking at two different but slightly related forms of drug-resistant epilepsy.
And those are obviously will provide revenue right into the company.
We do expect so, yes. So we're being paid to supply those medicines into the trial. So it certainly won't be a draw on the balance sheet at the very least.
Yeah. Yeah. You also, during that quarter, started a scientific advisory board, which is obviously a pretty key moment for the company.
It is. We're lucky to have some real key opinion leaders supporting us. So on that board, we have our chairman, Charles Morgan. It's chaired by our independent non-executive director, Professor Clive Page. And then the three key components are Professor Trevor Jones, who has a very long history in pharmaceutical development. He was the R&D director at a company that was part of the formation of GlaxoSmithKline here in the UK and has very strong connections with regulatory agencies across the world. We also have Professor Cherry Wainwright, who is the incoming chair of the British Pharmacological Association and has a long history mainly in heart research and also now some cannabinoid research, mainly in pre-human studies. And lastly, we just added Professor Mari Fallon. She's the lead investigator for our phase 2 chemotherapy-induced peripheral neuropathy trial and has been a great resource for us over the years.
Absolutely. Obviously, there was a lot going on during that particular period, and part of that is, of course, to make sure that you have enough runway to get everything done. And you've been able to do a capital raise as well, which is a very positive sign.
It's great. So we managed to raise approximately £2.2 million earlier this year. The majority of those funds have come from our chairman, Charles Morgan, as well as existing shareholders. However, we did bring in some new shareholders, and we, through the Winterfloods wrap facility, we offered some new shares to existing retail shareholders, and that was well taken up. So we are very grateful to everyone for taking part in that.
Yeah. And lastly, Jeremy, just your thoughts on obviously you've done a tremendous amount during that particular period, as I mentioned, how that really sets you up for what's ahead for the rest of this year and then into 2025.
Absolutely, Steve. We've got a lot to be getting on with. We're always extremely busy over here at Ananda now. And in terms of what you said, setting us up for the future, one other important aspect that we've just completed is we capitalized large amounts of unsecured debt owed to two directors. And that really has completely cleaned our balance sheet up and means that we've got a very strong looking balance sheet for the years ahead.
Well, it is going to be a very busy one for sure. Jeremy, thank you so much. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me, Steve. Good to see you as always.
All right, Jeremy Sturgis-Smith. He is the finance director for Ananda Developments.